Hello and Happy New Year! This is the January 2024 update of Alter Aeon, and I am your host, Shadowfax. I first want to express my thanks to world builder Morpheus for running the recently concluded Winter Solstice event. It takes a lot of work to put together a 2-week event such as that. With all of the planning, building, and testing, I enjoyed seeing the return of Scrooge's Toy Factory, as I like many of the monsters therein. Although Morpheus told me that the design was accidental, I liked the verticality of the Mountain of Hate as it added to the atmosphere of scaling the slopes. Being able to use my lancing skills against the semi-secret dragon in the Canyon of Pride was a nice touch. It was also great to see the Winterwood area again, and having Krampus be the final boss for not only this event, but several of the previous ones, had you paid attention to his dialogue upon his defeat, was the perfect way to wrap it all up. In addition to the video serving as this presentation's backdrop, I will be uploading a number of event-related screenshots to our social media in the near future. So not long ago, I learned the Ground Strike skill, and I used that skill to good effect in order to defeat many of the mobs throughout this event. Since I didn't have time to look for a bunch of different weapons before I started through the event areas, I conjured up two-handed spirit hammers to use with Ground Strike, creating a hammer with a particular damage type depending on the vulnerabilities of the enemies I faced. This strategy seemed to work well. For the Winter Solstice event, we saw the debut of the Frost Knight bonus class. This unique 5-level bonus class is focused around defense, with the ability to create powerful protective armor, heal injuries, and gain resistances to cold and chilling effects, using gathered snowballs as a medium. I liked the synergy between the various skills, and look forward to future iterations of the class. In December, we had a number of changes to the game. One was more objects spawning with increased quality but unaltered stats, to allow more crafting to be performed upon them. There were a slew of composition updates, with refinements to brewing acid and cartridge recipes. Brewed acids can now be used to break down certain materials into new spell components and to concentrate ores, increasing their yield while reducing their mass. A new geology for areas is being added. Glacial. This geology will favor ice-based and cold affinity materials, but lacks fire or lightning-based ones. Expanded interactions have been added when insulting or using negative socials on mobs, including priests of your own god disfavoring you, guards fighting you, and children crying from your merciless verbal takedowns. You can also insult yourself, if you're into that sort of thing. Insults can be refined into several categories: choleric, melancholic, phlegmatic, and sanguine. Choleric insults call out a character's integrity and temperament. Melancholic insults belittle a character's intelligence and mettle. Phlegmatic insults degrade a character's hygiene and fitness. Sanguine insults question a character's sobriety and virtue. We have a number of changes for next year. While many are general benchmarks with no specific timetable yet, we hope to achieve all of the following goals in 2024. These include the following: raising the maximum player level to 40. This much anticipated expansion will give way to a handful of new abilities, with some available right away and more developed over the course of the year. I know at the very least, greater crystal elementals will be available for level 40 mages right off the bat. Warpaint brewing for warriors in the Barbarian Blood skill group. In addition, 2 more abilities for warriors are in the works, 1 combat skill and 1 obscure utility skill, and a very nice shadow skill to crown the thief class is also in development. A compliment generator in time for Valentine's Day. The hope is to make this work with our player feature system, so players can compliment another player's emerald eyes or raven locks. An etching skill that will use brewed acids to add a random effect to objects with open inlay slots. Altered strings to druidic called animals on other planes. to emphasize their altered stats. Baking as an offshoot of cooking. Make tarts, quiches, cobblers, and more. And finally, the hunting skill will be implemented very soon. I've actually completed a working copy of it and submitted it. Denton has audited it and gave me a few suggestions. Once I have smoothed out those wrinkles, I will then be sending the working copy to Drock for a final review. As it is a joint venture between me and him, I want to make sure that everything is in working order and to his satisfaction before releasing it to the public. Here are some areas we expect to open in 2024. Castle Ket, a level 13 area located on the island of Cordan, is nearly completed. As time has gone on, the project has been expanded to include 2 more former event areas. One will be a level 32 area on Atmere called the Hinterlands. Both the castle and the Hinterlands will connect to another area called Winnowing Hall, which is nominally level 15. This experimental area will be designed to handle both low-level and mid-level players, presenting different challenges and quests depending on your character's level. Port Crimsonia, a level 43 area located on the continent of Ramenek. This large and sophisticated city area has been in development for a couple of years. The final installment of the Realm of Hades, called the Pits of Tartarus, will be finished soon. This will be a level 45 extraplanar area. And finally, our next event will be this year's anniversary event. This is a celebration of when Alter Aeon first went public on January 15th, 1995. Dates are still tentative, but right now we were thinking of going from January 13th to the 27th. There will be at least one museum area that will be opened, and we will likely have the 1995 version port available for those of you who want to see what life was like on Alter Aeon way back when.
That concludes this monthly update. Please like the video and subscribe for more monthly presentations. You can also follow us on Facebook or Twitter for event reminders and reboot notifications. To support our game, you can visit www.alteraeon.com/donate, or you could shop online at our store at www.cafepress.com/alteraeon. We hope to see you and your friends soon on Alter Aeon, where every day is an adventure. Thanks for listening and happy mudding, everyone!
Alteraeon.com. That's ALTERAEON.com.